Welcome to the universe in a seashell, the podcast dedicated to science, life, and girl power. I'm Kara Bartek and I'm your host. I'm a PhD, an author, and I want to make this world a more equal and opportune place, one girl at a time. Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
It's almost the year 2020. That's pretty crazy, right?
Yeah.
It seems like you were just born in 2011.
2011 isn't too far away.
No, it's not, but it seems like it was. You know, this is the start of a brand new decade. And you know what that means, right? New goals, turning over a new leaf, and it's a time of renewal. Does that mean anything to you? You think so? Okay, so let's talk about celebrating a new year, and more importantly, a new decade. Do you have any resolutions for this year?
What are resolutions?
Oh, I'm so glad that you asked. Okay, so let's talk about this crazy holiday, New Year's Day. It's kind of weirdly situated. So we've had so much fun celebrating the Christmas holidays. First of all, it was Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving, then Christmas, and now New Year's.
Now New Year's. So we've been in kind of this weird funk where we're wearing like pajamas all day and all we eat is candy. And now we've got this big holiday staring us in the face, and it's all about getting yourself in shape, turning over a new leaf, and setting your goals really high for the new year. But you're probably asking, well, why is that? Just because it turns January 1? Why? Right?
Yeah.
Is this just like an adult thing?
I think so.
Is it just a new way for mom to like say, I've got to go to the gym. I've got to run.
I've got to work out.
I gotta work out. No, actually, there are a lot of reasons, both historical and adult-like, goal setting, all that kind of stuff, like less junk food, less TV, more teeth brushing, all of those kind of things. But there's a purpose behind it. So I went to Ducksters, which that's one of your favorite websites, isn't it? Yeah, Ducksters is full of information.
I have social studies, and we get these states, and we have to do a report on it, and that's where I go for facts.
It is full of facts, and I really like Ducksters because it's super relatable for kids. And this is what Ducksters had to say about why we are celebrating New Year's Day. It says New Year's Day is the first day of the year. That's very obvious, right?
Yeah.
January 1, 2020. 1-1.
January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December.
Thank you for that monthly review. High five. Now do it in Spanish. French? Klingon. No Klingon? Okay. So we celebrate New Year's Day because it celebrates both the successes of the past year, but also the hopes for the upcoming year. So this is my question. What are your hopes for the upcoming year?
I hope that I have a good year.
Me too. But is there anything really specific about the new year that you're hoping that it's good?
I don't really know yet.
Okay, well, let's keep going. Let's see if we can figure out some more specific goals. Okay, so when is New Year's Day celebrated? Well, obviously, it's celebrated on the very first day of January. This is per the Gregorian calendar, okay? And this is used much of the world. So this is very different than any other calendar. It's a fancy word saying Gregorian. And I think that this is from Pope Gregor. This is why we have this particular calendar. Because, throughout human history, calendars have changed. And it just so happens right now we're on this particular one where January 1st is the very beginning of our New Year. Now, even in different cultures, the New Year's is celebrated in a different month. In particular, in China. Did you know their New Year is celebrated more in February?
February?
Yeah, and they get money. So that's pretty cool. Don't you think? But we get fireworks. They also have fireworks, too. In fact, they invented fireworks, but that's for a different show.
China invented fireworks?
Oh, yeah, dude.
They make everything.
I know.
Snow globes, I think they invented your mouse.
They definitely invented pasta. So, and again, that's a different story. Everybody thinks Italians invented pasta, but they say it's the Chinese.
It's kind of different.
Okay. Now, who celebrates this day? Well, this is very much an American holiday, but in a lot of European countries, in Mexico, and in Canada, generally it's kind of seen more as a Western holiday. So when I say Western, I mean, America, Europe, all of that kind of good stuff that I just named. I don't remember, when is China's New Year?
February.
Yeah.
But they still celebrate it.
Celebrate it. Okay, so here's the really important question. Why do people celebrate New Year's? Well, the celebration starts out the night before on New Year's Eve. This night has a lot of parties and a lot of fireworks and a lot of good food. Also, you've got to eat special good luck food.
We're going to a party tonight.
Yeah, we're going to go to a party, and I think they're serving stew. So yum.
Yeah.
There are large gatherings such as the dropping of the ball at Times Square in New York City, and many people have parties with their friends where they will count down the new year at midnight. Do you think you're going to make it till midnight?
Yeah.
No way, Jose.
Are you sure?
Okay, you might make it, but here's the question. Am I going to make it till midnight?
No.
Yeah.
You never make it.
I don't make it past 7:30 most days. Let's face it.
And we go to bed at 7, so.
I need my sleep. Especially when Penny wakes up at 4 a.m. So.
Remember on Christmas she woke us up at 3?
Let's not go there. I'm still tired. Okay, New Year's Day is a holiday which most people have off of work and school. And a big part of the day is college football.
College football, of course.
Now, this is the part that I really like. One of the most famous and important things that a person can do on New Year's Day is watch New Year's Day's parades, okay? One of the ones that is generally put on TV, and it's super, super famous, is the Rose Bowl football game parade, okay? So who doesn't love parades? Parades have giant floats. They've got pretty beauty queens, they've got performers, they've got singers, they've got dancers. I think
everything.
I think I prefer parades over football. What about you?
I like football because you can hang out with your friends.
Okay. And you also like hot dogs?
Yeah. Hot dogs.
Another tradition for this day is to make New Year's resolutions. And these are promises to yourself on how you will do something better in the coming year. Because again, this is a time of reflection and creating new goals. This often includes dieting, exercise, quitting a bad habit, or getting better grades in school. So if you read into that, it's generally about self-improvement somehow.
Okay, now I know something. I need to stop biting my nails.
Yeah, that would be a good resolution. Okay, hold that thought because I want to talk to you guys about how to make really good resolutions. Now, we've already talked about what a resolution is. It's about doing something better in your life, right? So we're looking back to the past year and we're saying, okay, this is what I liked about the year. This is what I did not like. Okay, and you just picked out something you did not like. Nibbling your nails like a baby chipmunk.
It's just a habit.
Yeah, but you never have any nails.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm afraid you might bite your fingers off too. In a fit of...
That's what Uncle Rolf did.
Bit his fingers. Oh, that's when he was eating French fries. That was just a mistake. He thought that long old finger was a French fry. Okay, so the first thing that you have to do is you have to pick the right resolution. And I think you've already done that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so your resolution is what? Let's make sure we're getting it real specific. We're repeating it. What's your resolution?
Biting my nails. I need to stop.
You need to stop biting your nails. Okay, so let me help you Pick this resolution and make sure that it is the right resolution. Now, there's something in goal setting that can help you set goals really well. It's called SMART goals. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
Okay, so SMART is an acronym meaning each letter in the word SMART signifies and stands for a certain step in a process, okay? SMART goals. Number 1, the S in SMART means that you have to be very specific. Your resolution needs to be absolutely clear. Now, this is not just mean old mom making this up. I actually got this from the New York Times. Thank you very much. They are a bastion of all adult knowledge and boringness, and I love the New York Times. So we're going to go with what they say is the best process in making a really great resolution. So they're saying pick the right resolution, and you have to make sure that your resolution is SMART, specific. Number 1, your resolution has to be absolutely clear. So Caroline, if you bite just your thumbs, is that acceptable?
No.
So no nail biting at all.
Yeah, I need to stop.
What about the toes?
I need to stop that too.
Okay, it has to be measurable. Now, this is what the New York Times says. This may seem very obvious if your goal is a fitness or a weight loss related one, of course. You guys are kids. You don't have to have specifically weight loss goals, probably, but a fitness goal might be cool, like running a mile in under 10 minutes, or maybe making a layup, or shooting 10 free throws in a row, whatever the goal might be. Hitting a serve over the net, right? That could be one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be a great one. But it can also, oh my goodness, look at this. But it's also important if you're trying to cut back on something too. If, for example, you want to stop biting your nails, wow. Take pictures of your nails over time so you can track your progress and how those nails grow back, says Jeffrey Gardier, a psychologist and professor at Touro College of Osteopathic Medicine. Logging progress into a journal or making notes on your phone or in an app designed to help you track behaviors can reinforce the progress no matter what your resolution may be.
I think I should start putting lime juice on my fingers.
That's not measurable. We're sticking to specific and measurable, okay? This is in the SMART, specific, measurable. Now we're going to the A, okay? Achievable. This doesn't mean that you can't have big stretch goals, but trying to achieve too big a step too fast can leave you frustrated or affect other areas in your life. So think about it. Let's say you wanted to, what's a really huge goal?
Making a ginormous business so you're really rich.
Okay, yeah, making $1 million in a year. If you've never even made a single dollar in your life and you set your goal to make $1 million in 1 year, that might be unrealistic, right?
Yeah, because if you've never made $1, I think you should start off by making at least $1,000 or something.
Yeah, $1,000. Yeah, see, that's a much more achievable goal. So for you, though, it's kind of with the nail biting, I think it's very achievable to keep those gnarly little nubs out of your mouth, right? So this is definitely an achievable goal. It has to be relevant. This is the R in SMART. So we've got SMART, specific, M, measurable, A, achievable, R. Now we have relevant. Is this a goal that really matters to you, and are you making it for the right reason? So let's ask that question. Is this a goal that really matters to you?
I want long nails because mine have been nubby because I've been chewing them all a lot.
Yeah, and do you ever chew them to the point where they're painful? You know, It's like you chew them down too much. So yeah, so it's definitely relevant. You want to have nice looking nails. Then I could paint them in all, think about all of those nail polishes that we have. I could do them pink, yellow, sparkle green.
I know. I just
sparkle
need to
blue.
Stop.
Yeah, and it's hard for me to paint teeny tiny little slivers of nail.
Yeah.
and besides, when I do paint them, I see your color mustache. Chip your nails polish all over your mouth. Okay, so it is relevant. Now we have to, this last part is time bound. That's the T in SMART. SMART, T, time bound. It's kind of like achievable, but the timeline towards reaching your goal has to be realistic too. So if we said that we wanted to, create a business that made $1 million, maybe 1 year timeline is not realistic, right?
You should go for 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
Would be good.
Something that makes a little bit more sense. Maybe even 10 years. It may take a while to build a business and create customers. Now, but for your nail biting thing, the time on this seems pretty obvious, right?
Short. I just need to stop doing it.
Yeah, we could do this. We could start this right now, right?
Yeah.
But maybe what we do, because, it's reasonable that you might have a few slip-ups, because we all do. We're humans, right?
Yeah. We're not perfect.
Maybe we're evaluating at the end of January, around, your grandma's birthday, towards the end of the month. We can take a look back and say, hey, this is our time mark, and let's see how you're doing on the nail biting. Maybe I'll take you for like a special manicure. Mm-hmm. Would that be nice? Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, we have to, after we create and make sure that the goal is the right goal for us, and that we are making sure that the goal itself is SMART, S being specific, M being measurable, A being achievable, R,
relevant.
yeah, say it loud.
Relevant.
And T,
time bound.
Yeah, we have to create the plan. Okay, now this is where things get hairy, because if you're creating a goal with no plan, there's a really good quote about that. A goal with no plan is just a dream. And what do you think I mean by that?
Because a dream is just something that you think about.
Yeah, you
can't actually do it.
Absolutely. You've got to make sure that you've got a plan for achieving your goals, right?
Just like when I dream about having 5,000 puppies. I can't do that.
Please don't try that. I'm afraid, because you have a pretty strong will and you're good at planning things. I'm afraid that this might be a plan that's coming to fruition in your mind. Oh my goodness. Am I giving you ammunition for your... Oh my gosh, you're just looking at me. No 5,000 puppies. Yeah, but you have to create a plan. So that means there's got to be steps, right? Along the way.
Step by step.
So let's say we want to create that $1 million business. One of the first things you have to do is make sure that you have a product that's going to sell, or a service, right?
Mm-hmm. You can groom puppies.
Yeah, you could groom puppies, okay? Now you have to make sure that you've got a good customer base. So let's say that we're in a more rural area like where we live. There's not a lot of people that do puffy, cute, froofy dog haircuts around here, right?
Mm-hmm. But
so this would probably be the wrong area. So we may not have the right customers. Maybe somewhere in a more urban setting like Austin or Houston or Dallas.
Corpus Christi.
Yeah, that's kind of part of the plan, right? Mm-hmm. And then you'd have to make sure that you have all of the right tools, right? So you can't just use like the scissors that we use to cut all the gift paper.
Yeah, you need I got a haircut today, and she used these different type of scissors than you would normally use.
Yeah, they're a hair cutting, like a shear. It's super sharp, and it makes sure that your hair doesn't get damaged, and the cut's really nice and clean, right? Mm-hmm. So for dogs, you need those shears, right? You can get through all that thick hair. And you got to make sure that you have a lot of people that work for you that know how to groom, right?
Because they have to go to a certain college to learn how to do that.
Yeah, because dogs and cats need to be handled in a very specific and safe way. Not only because you don't want to hurt the dog when you're cutting them, but you don't want them to bite your face off. Like scare them, startle them with those things. As soon as you turn them on, the dog goes,
I don't think Bob would be good.
No, he would not be a candidate.
Place.
No, he would not be a good candidate for grooming. Now, the last thing that the New York Times recommends is that you have to make it personal. So if we set a goal that we really didn't care about, do you think that we would have any luck in achieving it?
Let me think about a goal that I don't need.
Yeah, think about it. What goal would you not need? Well, for example, right now you definitely don't need $1 million business, do you?
No.
You kind
I'm
of
young.
You're young, and you kind of need to focus on achieving in school, right?
I have money, but I only have
correction. Your parents have money. You've got $1.
I have $7 and something cents. Just to let you know.
Kids out there, how far do you think $7 will take you in this world? Just saying. I've been to places where a coffee costs $7, and that is called Starbucks. So that's kind of, I'm just saying.
What? Maybe I can get something that's like $5.
Yeah, you could. And then all your money would be gone. See, this is why you need to focus on school.
I know.
But you've got to make sure that your goals are personal because you want to make sure that you're achieving. So here, let's do it very quickly, just a recap of what a resolution is. Resolution is you're trying to improve your year by way of self-improvement. Okay, you're looking at yourself and you're looking at your behavior and your actions for the previous year and you're saying, what can I do to improve myself?
Can I say them?
Okay, so what is the first thing that we have to do?
Specific.
No, before that.
Pick your right resolution.
Yeah, you got to pick the right resolution, and the resolution must be
specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound.
And what do we call that? That SMART. What do we call that?
Smart.
SMART goals. Okay. And then what is the next thing that we have to do?
Create your plan.
Okay. Because a goal without a plan is what?
Just a dream.
Just a dream.
Just like my 5,000 puppies.
Yeah, it's just a dream. Let's hope you never put a plan to that. And then what is the very last thing you need to do?
Make it personal.
Okay, guys. So all of my friends out there, I hope that you are making resolutions to make your 2020 amazing. I know that I'm going to be putting together mine this evening, and it has to do with goals on podcasting, writing books, and making this world a more equal and opportune place, one girl at a time. That's right. So I am all about helping kids achieve in science. Listen, science is not boring. Science is fun. And you are going to be the guys out there that are going to be taking the reins of this world. We've got pollution problems. We've got species that are going extinct, that are endangered. We got a lot of plastic in this ocean.
We need help.
We need smart kids like you putting your heads together to make this world a wonderful place. And so that's what this podcast is dedicated to. I want to spark that curiosity in you guys. Okay, so I want to end this podcast with some fun facts about New Year's Day from Ducksters. Number 1, many countries, including France, Germany, Italy, and Austria, call New Year's Eve Sylvester in honor of Pope Sylvester I, who died on December the 31st. Ooh, that's kind of a sad fact.
Yeah.
But it's kind of a weird thing to call it Sylvester.
Sylvester.
Okay, the National Hockey League often plays an outdoor hockey game called the Winter Classic on this day. Okay, next fact. In Canada, some people take a plunge into the ice-cold water called the polar bear plunge to celebrate the day.
I would not do that.
Oh, okay. I wonder if they're wearing a swimsuit or like...
Can I say this one?
Okay, yeah, say this fact.
This is a really cool one, I think. In the United States, people eat black-eyed peas, cabbage, and ham on New Year's Eve for good luck. Round foods like donuts are considered good luck in some cultures.
Well, we ate black-eyed peas today.
Yeah.
And kale, so it's kind of not cabbage, but it's related to cabbage. Okay, the song Auld Lang Syne, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but I'll go with it, is the traditional song sung at midnight when the new year begins. It means old, long ago. The words come from a poem written by Robert Burns. You know what? I'm going to find this and I'll play it at the end of the podcast. What do you say?
Yeah.
Okay. The ball that drops in Times Square weighs 1,000 pounds and is made from Waterford crystal. Oh my gosh, that's super fancy crystal.
Crystal?
They
drop it?
Yeah,
Does it break?
It. Yes, dude.
Do people get to collect the pieces?
That I don't know.
That would be so cool.
That would be cool because that Waterford crystal is pretty fancy. It has over 9,000 LED lights to light it up. About 1 billion people watch the ball drop on television. 1 billion? Okay.
1 billion!
This holiday was celebrated as far back as 4,500 years ago in the city of Babylon.
Babylon?
Babylon. That's from the Bible. Babylon.
It looks like there's the word baby in it.
The English language is strange.
Babylon.
All right, friends. Happy New Year. I hope that 2019 is going to be just as wonderful as 2020. In fact, I know it's going to be. This is going to be the start of a brand new year, a brand new decade, and I believe in you guys.
We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Perfect.
Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and days of old lang syne? For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne, we'll take a cup o' kindness yet for days of old lang syne. We twa here run about the braes and put the gowans fine, but we've wandered many a weary fet since days of old lang syne, and we twa he pedalled in the barn frae morning sun till dine, but seas between us braid he rode since days of old lang syne. For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne, we'll take a cup o' kindness yet for days of old lang syne. And surely you'll be your pine stoop, and surely I'll be mine, and we'll take a cup o' kindness yet for old lang syne. And there's a hand, my trusty fear, and gies a hand o' thine, and we'll take a recht Gedwelly walked for old lang syne. For old lang syne, my dear, for old take a cup, oh kindness yet, for old lang syne. For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne. We'll take a cup, oh kindness yet, for old lang syne.